In this video, I want to look at some basic transport commands. And first, I want to bring in an audio file so that we have something to work with. Now, I'm going to hit F9, and that'll open up my files browser, as you'll recall. And I'm going to navigate to my sound sets just to bring in a loop, something we can work with. I'm going to go to my Big Fish audio loops and kits, and I believe this is a factory install. And we can click on these and audition them here. Okay, I like that one. So I'm just going to drag that in to an empty area here, and it's created a new audio track. And let's listen to it with our click on. You can hear that it's drifting out of tempo. And that's because when I dragged it in, it created a new audio track and it defaulted to follow for the tempo mode where the first beat lines up, but that's not really useful to us. I'm going to switch this to time stretch. And you'll see it just shifted, and now it'll be in sync with the tempo since the beginning and the end points are both synced to be 8 bars long. It's adjusted everything in the middle. And I can change the tempo of my song here and it'll follow. I'm going to hit 0 to go back to the beginning. And let's slow it back down maybe to about 92. Now you'll notice that when I hit 0 before, I had to hit it twice. Once was to go back to where I previously started playing from, and the second time was to go back to the beginning. So let's go over some simple transport functions that you'll be using all the time. I'm going to start by hitting F9 to just close the browser and free up that space. So we know that spacebar will stop and start playback. And it'll continue playback now from wherever this playback cursor is. Now watch what happens when I hit 0 for stop. It jumps back to where I previously started playback from. And that's really useful to know if you're working maybe on the same section, you want to hear it over and over, you're making some adjustments, some edits. You can always quickly get back to where you started from. Hit 0, stops playback, hit it again, goes back to where I started from. And if I hit it again, it'll go back to the beginning. Now we can hit record to start recording with the asterisk key on the keyboard. I'm not going to do that now. We're going to look at recording separately in another video. But all these commands are meant for having a full keyboard. And if you're working on a laptop and you want to readjust or reassign them, it's a simple matter of opening the keyboard shortcuts, which we can get to from up here. And for example, I'll type in record. And there's the function record. It's assigned to the asterisk key on the numpad. So I can select that and just hit remove if I want to reassign it. And then I'm going to just click in here and I can type in something. Maybe I'll try command 3 and then I'll go assign. And there's my new assignment there. But I'm going to go back. So let me just remove that one and click in here again and hit my asterisk key and click assign, and I'm back to my default. So that's an easy way to customize them. Now back to our transport commands. We can loop specific areas over and over again by using the / key to enable the loop mode. But first we have to set loop points. So we can drag in the ruler here on top when we get this pencil icon. Let's say I want to just hear that bar over and over again. I can set that and we see the left and right area that's going to be looped. But then I need to hit the / key to actually turn it on and off. And that corresponds with this loop button here. But again, useful to know the shortcut since it's a frequent function. So with that on, it'll play that bar over and over again. And I hit spacebar to stop, and I can hit the / key to turn that off, and it'll continue playing. But we have a shaded indicator there showing us what the area is. And I'm just going to put it on for a moment. You'll notice that when I drag it, it's sort of snapping to quarter notes, and that's based on the snap to grid settings that we have. And we'll look at that in another video, but they're up here and it's adaptive now, meaning it's related to the zoom level we're at. But that's why the movement is sort of stepped or quantized. So I'm going to hit the / to turn that off for the moment. Now we can rewind and forward with the minus and plus keys on the numeric keypad. So if I hold the plus key down, watch the playback cursor, you'll see it moves. I'm just keeping my finger on the key and it moves freely. But if we want to move in step or quantized movements of 1 bar, we can add shift to that. So here's shift with the minus key, and you'll see it moves now to the beginning of each bar, and shift with the plus key is a great way to move the playback cursor to the start of previous and next bars. And again, this is all freely reassignable. Now, these functions are all available with these buttons at the bottom. There's forward, and there's rewind, and there's return to the beginning. There's play, stop, record, and the cycle. But I'd suggest learning the keyboard shortcuts, as they're really handy to have at your fingertips. Spacebar for play or stop. 0 for the dedicated stop command that will go back to where we previously started playing from, and then an additional click will bring you back to the beginning. The asterisk on the numeric keypad for record, / for turning the loop area on and off, minus on the numeric keypad for rewinding, and plus for going forward, and then add shift to that to go in even 1 bar increments back or forward. I'll see you for more in the next video.